channel. My name is Lily and today we have a makeup tutorial on this look right here. Very fall look, bold lips, subtle simple eyes. This is perfect for those of you that need like a look for Thanksgiving. It still look very, very glam. I will also be diving into this concealer that I got from Colourpop. It's the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. So far I like it. The only downside I had with it, but it was actually my fault though, is that I got it a little too light for my skin tone.
Is that even possible?
But so far I love it. It covers great. It goes on very smoothly. It blends very smoothly. It's a really nice concealer for $6. You know, I would look into this if I were you. But if you guys are interested in creating this very glam and fall look, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so I was originally gonna wear a nice little cute shirt for you guys, but it's cold, so you're just gonna have to love my sweater because I couldn't do it. And by the way, that humming in the background is a little heater that I have by my feet because our main heater busted. You're just gonna have to make do with the humming. So to start off this look, I'm gonna grab my L'Oreal Magic Lumi. And for this look today, I'm just gonna stick this on the high points of my face just to kind of make it a little bit more luminous. I'm not gonna go all over. So I kind of changed my mind. I'm going all over the face with this. I'm not putting too much in this area because I do tend to get oily there. And this kind of exaggerates that oiliness. So I'm mainly sticking to the areas where I put highlight. So yeah. I've been really wanting to create a fall look for you guys. It's been very hard, you know. You have the kiddos running around making noise. It's a little difficult, okay? Please excuse me, it's a little difficult. For all my mamas out there that have babies, you guys know how it is. So because my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge was well loved, I needed to get another one. This is the EcoTools sponge, and originally they have it in green, but I saw it in gray and I was like, ooh, I like the gray, so I picked that up. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Dewy and Smooth, and I like the Dewy and Smooth better than the matte. The matte one is still good, don't get me wrong, it's still really good, but for me, it's a little bit too drying. Because I like to powder my face in the center, and sometimes it just doesn't look good. So we're gonna go in and see how the sponge works. I do have to say that it's not like your typical sponge that when you wet it, it gets like super soft. I find that it still keeps that same density. It's still like a little, you know, hard. Yeah, kind of pale. Put this down so I don't look crazy. Show my neck some love. What was I saying? I find that the sponge doesn't get as soft as like the Real Techniques complexion sponge, because that one gets like super soft and super squishy. And it didn't really, well no, it did get a little bit bigger, but it's still pretty tough. So I feel as though this one will last me a lot longer. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of heavy-handed with these sponges. I don't know why, I just am. So far, it looks pretty good. It applied my foundation pretty good. So far so good, so far so good. I picked up the Colourpop concealer. I've ordered a couple things. I also picked up a highlighter as well as a new color for my more Christmassy looks. I picked up the color Creeper after I've been reading a couple reviews on this. Decided to pick it up and I wanted to see what it's about. So far, I played with it the other day. I was like wearing it a little bit to kind of test out its wearability. And it goes on really smooth, but I did notice I have a couple Colourpop liquid lipsticks, and I have to say that not all of them have the same formula. Like for example, now I forgot to mention in the video, but as for the formula that I'm talking about, I am strictly talking about the matte liquid lipsticks. I have this color right here. This is Mars. I don't like this formula. It cracks and it flakes and it just looks horrible when you try, and it has like little flakes on the bottom, and when I try to flake it off, it smears. So I did not really like this one, but I do have the Colourpop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in color Lax, and I love this formula. This formula is awesome. It doesn't flake like the other one. For some reason, I don't understand why this one flakes like that. Maybe because it's a color? I don't know. If you guys are having the same issues, just comment down below, because I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows now. So I'm just gonna grab my e.l.f. Brow Enliner Pomade and fill in my brows. So now that we have them shaded in nice and evenly, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my concealer to clean them up.
2 hours later.
So for my brows, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Natural. I really like this concealer because it's super inexpensive and the applicator makes it so easy to apply. You know, makes it a lot faster for me. I'm also gonna use it as an eyeshadow primer. Go ahead and put it all over my lids. Then I'm gonna go in with the flat side of the sponge and blend it out. Now, of course, you guys can use a brush for this part right here, but since I'm testing the sponge out, I kind of wanted to see how well this flat edge would work, so that's why I was testing it up against my brows to see if it would make it easier for me. Alright, to make it look a little bit more natural, especially right in the center, I'm just going to go over it one more time with my spoolie, just to brush out the hairs. Next, I'm gonna go in with clear brow gel and just set the hairs in place. And my brows are done. So now I'm gonna grab my trusty Morphe 350 palette. I love this palette. It has all the warm shades that I really like. And with a big fluffy brush, just like these, I'm gonna go into this bone color right here and set my eyelids with that. So I've decided to do a fall look with a bold lip. So I'm gonna keep the eyes fairly simple. Now, I haven't put any concealer yet because I'm gonna go in later after I finish my eyeshadow to clean up the edges. Been doing that a lot lately. That I've been doing like my foundation, my brows, eyes, and then I do like the concealer and the rest of the powder on my face. And I find that that's been working out really good for me. With a small fluffy blending brush, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this color right here. Put that on my crease. I'm gonna start off not all the way at the edge, but I'm gonna start off like right in here and blend that in very lightly. So once I have most of the product down in the area that I would like, I'm gonna start moving it back and forth, and then I'm gonna start bringing it down here into the outer V of my eye. Now, what I've also been doing is that with my crease color, I've been bringing it in this part of my eye right in here, not in here, but up here, because I find that, you know, when I look straight, it gives me that really nice shadow. Actually helps out my nose contour too. Then I'm gonna go back in with that big fluffy brush that I used to apply that first bone color, just to smooth out the edges. Really buff those edges out. And then just repeat on your other eye. You wanna first go in with a transition color. This will help create that, you know, that really nice gradient effect. So your eyeshadow blends very seamlessly. Doesn't matter what colors you use. This really does help out with making your eyeshadow look super blended. Again, go back in with my fluffy brush and blend out all those edges. So to add a little bit more shadow, I'm gonna grab this color right here with a dome fluffy blending brush. Pick up product, tap off excess. You wanna try to keep it in this area right there. So I'll put most of the product right in here. And once you have most of your product down, you can start blending it downwards. And don't forget, whatever is left over on the brush, just to lightly bring it over into your crease. And I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy blending brush that we used to apply our transition color, just to blend out those edges. Now I'm gonna dip into my BH Cosmetics Foil Eyes, the #1 palette. This is the first one. And I'm gonna grab this pretty little champagne color. But before I dip into that, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of cut my crease a little bit in the inner corner and also apply a little bit more concealer so it could just pop out. And I'm gonna go in with a large concealer brush. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this color right here from my BH Cosmetics Fold Eyes palette. Now for this part, I'm gonna use my finger because it goes on so much more pigmented compared to a brush. And I'm just gonna apply the majority on my lid. Just continue packing it on until you like how it looks. And then to get into that crease, I'm gonna go ahead and use a flat concealer brush. I'm also gonna use that same color right on my brow bone, right up in here. And to blend everything together, I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy blending brush with no additional product that I use to apply my crease color, and I'm just gonna blend it all in. Try not to touch, you know, the area where you did the cut crease. I'm gonna use this to blend out this area right here. So there's no harsh edges, guys, no harsh edges. Now to finish off that outer corner, I'm gonna go back in with the same crease color first with a small shader brush. And then I'm gonna go in with that dark color that I use in my outer V and finish packing the outer V. And then just fluff out the edges. I also went ahead and started doing my bottom lash line with this dark color to kind of map out how far down I'm gonna go. So now I'm gonna hold off on the eyes for just a second. Now I'm gonna take my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I just got this. I think I picked a color that's way too light for my skin tone. We'll see. Yeah, it's a little too bright for my skin tone, but we'll play with it. It goes on very creamy. I like the applicator. It's a doe foot applicator, but it's like a flat one. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's like a flat doe foot applicator. The formula is really creamy. Now we're gonna see how it blends. Grab my beauty blender and blend it out. Oh my god, this beauty blender just makes it, well, it's not a beauty blender, but sponge makes it so easy to carve out your eyeshadow and get in like that area right between the nose. But it's hard to get in the inner corner, so I'm just gonna use a brush for that. But so far, I like the concealer. looks, wow, it looks really nice. For $6? Now with the side that I use my foundation, I'm just gonna blend out that edge so it's not so harsh. I really like it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a brush and just blend out that inner corner really good. But I gotta say, I really like this concealer. For a first time using it, first impression, it's pretty good. But to be honest with you, I did grab a color that's a little bit too bright for my skin. I'm not mad at it though, but it's still a little bit too bright for me. I should have grabbed the color light instead of fair. But so far, so good. I do give this a thumbs up, so you guys should check it out. For $6, this is a steal. So now I'm gonna go in with my Airspun, and I'm gonna very lightly bake my under eye. And I'm not gonna let it sit for too long. I'm just gonna buff it out later in just a second. So while that's setting for now, I'm gonna grab my LA Pro Concealer in Almond. I'm gonna do some contouring with this. Instead of going in with my beauty blender this time, I'm gonna go in with a buffing brush and just buff it in. Just make sure that with this concealer you buff it in really good, because if not, it's gonna look patchy. And I know this looks scary at first, guys. I know you guys don't want a 5 o'clock shadow, but just give me a second. I'm gonna show you what I do. I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender and just, with the end that I use to apply my foundation, I'm just gonna go right over that. And then just go over all the areas so everything looks nice and blended out. And to clean up my contour just a little bit, I'm gonna go back in with my light concealer and just chisel that out. Very lightly bake. Now, don't let that sit for too long. I just put it on, buff it right back off. And then don't forget under eye. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm gonna go back in to my Morphe palette with flat shader brush. I'm gonna grab the color that we use in our crease and pat that in very lightly all the way to the inner corner. Blend it out. Then I'm gonna go into that darker color right here, with the tip of the brush, and then just blend it out on the outer V. Then I'm gonna go back into my BH Cosmetics with a damp flat concealer brush into that same champagne color and pat it on the lower inner corner of my eye. Next, I'm gonna go in with this brown liner by Beauty For Real and line my waterline. I'm also gonna tight line my eyes. Next, I'm gonna grab my e.l.f. liner pen and just very, very, very carefully line my eyes as thin as physically possible. I'm only lining the top lines to kind of hide the lashes. Oh my god, so last night I was reminiscing and watched the movie Selena. Oh, I haven't seen that movie in like a couple years, and then I watched it again last night. That movie always puts me in my feelings. She was gone so young with so much talent. It's just devastating. But I am extremely happy that they finally gave her a star on the Walk of Fame. Very happy about that. So next, after you're done with your liner, you're gonna go ahead and apply your lashes. I'm using the Salon Perfect lashes in the style 615. Picked them up at Walmart, so they're very inexpensive, and I've heard a lot of good reviews about this. Again, another new thing that I'm trying, so we'll see how they look. So now that we've got our lashes on, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of mascara just to blend in my own lashes, and I'm using the Maybelline Big Shot mascara. And don't forget to apply to your bottom lashes as well. So now that we're done with the eyes, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of the face and do our lips, and that's it, we're done. I know, I jump around a lot. I am so sorry, guys. Well, what can I say? That's how I do my makeup, you know? Now I'm gonna go into the Elizabeth Mott contour palette, and I'm gonna use this shade right here and just lightly contour my cheekbones. I'm using an angle fluffy brush. Then I'm gonna go in with a flat angled brush. This came in one of the Sculpt brush sets from BH Cosmetics, and this is the perfect brush that I use to apply my nose contour. All I do first is just create a line down my nose, just like this. A little bit on the bottom, and then just very lightly brush it out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use this Tarte blush in the color Seduce. And I'm gonna use a fluffy angled brush just like this. And then just tap it in right in the apples of my cheeks. Boom, right there. And then with my e.l.f. complexion brush, I'm just gonna dust that out and blend everything in. Contour everything. This is gonna give you a more airbrushed effect. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge fan of DesiXKaty. And I am excited to work with this baby right here. Like, just look at that. Oh my God, guys. This is Fuego. Let me tell you, I did a swatch on this. It is to die for. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, this highlighter is... Yo. Also gonna put it right here. Right in the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my LA Girl lip liner in the color Natural.
Now I know that this pencil does not match my liquid lipstick as I was out of the actual color, but it's only to serve as a guideline, as I'll explain in a minute.
Now I do this trick where I overline this section of my lip right here, and I do it naturally on the sides. What I find that does for me is that it creates kind of like the illusion of my lips being more powderier towards the center. And I do the same thing on the bottom, so I'll overline right up in here. I won't overline here on the outside. So now I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop matte liquid lipstick in the color Lax. And just like that, we're done, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell to be notified when my next video goes up. I will have some holiday looks coming up soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out the description box for all the products that I've used. Comment any other looks that you would like me to do or anything you would like me, to kind of look into. Tag me on Twitter, tag me on Instagram, anything. Let me know what looks you would like me to do for you, and I'll try my best to recreate them for you. So thank you again for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Ah! I dropped the lash. Like it. I swear, dark colors make my teeth look so big. Got that down, got that down. My nose itches and I don't want to scratch it.